Edmonton can boast the biggest, the best, the greatest wonder on earth. This is the West Edmonton Mall, the biggest undercover shopping mall on the planet. Like a great white whale, this Moby Dick of shopping centres lies resplendent on the snowy northern prairies of Canada. A credit card colossus, a consumer citadel, the like of which you've never seen before. How big is big? Well, the West Edmonton Mall is over 5 million square feet. That's the equivalent of about 115 football fields. It cost over $1 billion to build, and a run through its statistics makes the mind absolutely boggle. There are 828 shops spread out over the 2 levels, and if you care to jog around them, those shop fronts stretch for over 10 kilometres. Some 17,000 people work in the mall, which they say is like being an extra in a science fiction movie. In what stands as a living nightmare for those husbands whose wives really like to spend, there are 187 women's fashion stores, 53 ladies' shoe shops, 138 places where you can go to eat, 8 banks, 20 cinemas, 19 optical outlets, 13 nightclubs along a recreated Bourbon Street, and 2 car dealerships where you can buy anything from an Alfa to a Rolls Royce. There are all sorts of shops in the mall, ranging from the bargain basement to the ultra swanky. This row features facades lovingly recreated from the boulevards of Paris. But there's more to the mall than just shops, much more. This is a world of fantasy, the land the shopping list forgot. There are fountains that rise and fall to the strains of classical music. There's a zoo where lions and tigers watch the passing plastic card parade. Here on this ice rink where the pride of the city, the Edmonton Oilers, come to train, you can skate the day away. You can play golf on this 18-hole course modelled on famous Pebble Beach in Southern California. Then you can take a voyage in a submarine in this 500,000-gallon aquarium which holds 4 submarines, one more than the Canadian Navy, which only has 3. Noses pressed to the glass, shoppers can observe over 500 different varieties of fish. Besides the dolphin pool, there are 30 sharks, moray eels, stingrays, octopus, piranhas, and, would you believe, coral from the Great Barrier Reef. Floating on top, an 80-foot reproduction of Christopher Columbus's famous ship, the Santa Maria. Then, while it's 25 below outside, while the citizens are worried about frostbite, here at the mall, you can hold your breath. If you don't want to get wet, there's the Mindbender. At 12 stories high, one of the longest, highest roller coasters on Earth. While all this goes on, they're out there watching you with a security service the CIA would be proud of. Watching shoppers like these plane loads of Japanese who are flown in on regular flights to do nothing else other than go shopping. Of course, one of the major hazards of going shopping in a big mall like this one is not just the damage you might do to your credit card, it's also the wear and tear on your legs. But again, the Edmonton Mall has the answer. Your own personal shopping trolley. You can hire one of these electric-powered buggies for just $2 an hour, although one man who doesn't have to pay is Jacob Gamesian. He's 87 years old. They call him Papa, and he's the patriarch of the remarkable Gamesian family who masterminded this extraordinary mall. And this, well, this is what the family regard as their masterpiece, the Fantasyland Hotel slap bang in the middle of their shopping centre. Hollywood star Brooke Shields stayed here recently and spent $20,000 in just a few hours shopping spree. The average tourist who comes to stay here and shop, and that's just what they do, leaves an average $400 a day in the mall. But the rooms you stay in, well, you could hardly call them average. With matching jacuzzis to suit the mood in every room, guests can truly let their fantasies run wild by staying in theme rooms like the Roman room, fit for Julius Caesar, the Hollywood room where everything's up in lights, the coach room where you can sleep in the Royal Landau, or the Polynesian room where you certainly don't get the rough end of the pineapple. And this room, this is my favourite. For all you truckers who really enjoy trucking, this is where you park your rig. Yes, you can play with your rubber ducky in this jacuzzi, all right, while the policeman keeps an eye on you before you spend the night with your loved one in the back of a truck. The next room coming up in the Fantasyland Hotel, the Eskimo room on top of the roof. Guests will catch the lift up, be greeted by an Eskimo when they get out, then carried by a dog sled to their waiting igloo. So, there it is, the biggest undercover shopping centre on earth, where store management is taught that customers must feel the mall is their home. From throughout the city of Edmonton, from around the world, they come to indulge in that modern-day passion, going shopping. Can you believe that? The West Edmonton Mall, one of the great wonders of this world. And if you ever visit Canada, fellas, all I can advise you is to keep your missus or your girlfriend as far away as possible from that joint. Talk about temptation.